Gun violence has been a stamping ground for American life and culture. Although the chances of experiencing gun violence are rare, the country's increased mass shooting cases make gun violence a permanent fixture in the American communal mindset. Regrettably, gun violence is a concern in colleges where students go to study, grow while discovering who they are. Colleges are new friendly communities that students become part of, but homicide, suicide, and mass shootings are real concerns. Over the past few years, the mass shootings has occurred in various instances such as the Columbine shooting of 1999, the Virginia Tech shooting of 2007, the Pulse nightclub shooting in Orlando, the Las Vegas concert shooting of 2017, and the Parkland High School shooting of 2018. The mass shooting is most likely to occur in colleges where possession of concealed guns are allowed. Gun possession also affects pedagogy and increases school dropouts due to fear and losing life through gun violence and mass shooting. Permitting guns in colleges threatens lives and increases costs for college stakeholders since they have to change schools set up to make it safe despite guns. Satterfield and Wallace explained that allowing guns in college result in increased costs for college stakeholders. Colleges that have granted freedom to possess guns in the institution have increased insurance covers. Colleges that have allowed possession of guns are forced to improve their quality of security to minimize the risks that come with guns. The college management has to advance the institution's rules, infrastructure, and personnel. In addition, the colleges have to meet the cost of replacing lost faculty to destruction. Colleges allowing gun possession need to have precise emergency entries and exits. Shepard et al. Clarified that colleges are required to ensure that both security personnel and faculty students are aware of the emergency protocols and know how to use them appropriately. Moreover, colleges should establish measures that control access to college property, such as doors that can be locked while inside and a single access point. These can be significant in protecting them from an event of live shooting. These additional unnecessary costs have resulted in many colleges having financial struggles. Possession of guns in colleges has led to increased gun violence cases threatening students' lives. Gun violence not only risks the lives of parties involved in the fight, but also for those who are exposed to it. Notably, in a year, American records a considerable number of deaths caused by gun violence, where most of the cases are self-imposed. Many students have seen to use guns as tools for conducting suicide rather than using them for protection. As suicide sometimes goes along with some warnings, several survivors of suicidal thoughts claim that there is a negotiation between the attempt and the suicidal thoughts. This means that the final idea of committing suicide to come down to a thoughtless decision results in death. According to Satterfield and Wallace, being granted freedom of having a gun makes thoughtless decision to lead death automatically. Therefore, the idea of granting access to possession of guns on college campuses is risking the lives of many by encouraging suicidal thoughts led to death. Gersizer stated that the possession of guns in school could cause symptomatic harm such as students and faculty dropping out due to the feeling of insafety. Every human being is entitled to their safety. Therefore, professors are most likely to quit their job when threatened. On the other hand, students are most likely to drop out of school due to the fear of losing life. Colleges are volatile institutions where people of different kinds and professors relate to those different kinds of students every day. While some professors might not decide to quit the job, the pedagogy is most likely to be affected by changing the curricula to avoid sensitive topics. Moreover, these students are most likely to prefer to shift their offices to places where guns are prohibited. Professionals will also shift their classes to online lectures to avoid getting into contact with students who possess guns in classes. Such changes in the curricula will affect the pedagogy and increase the cost of study in colleges. Shooting is most likely to occur in colleges where possession of concealed guns is allowed. Most of these institutions have allowed possession of guns on the basis that guns will make students safer. According to research by Shepard, campuses where guns are allowed recorded a higher number of suicide cases, with some accomplished through the use of guns. In addition, these institutions recorded more cases of death due to the intended or accidental shooting. As noted earlier, colleges host different kinds of students with different complicating factors such as substance abuse, mental health, and prickly social climate. Therefore, allowing possession of guns in these institutions intensifies the chances of mass shootings and gun violence. These complicating factors increase students' chances of shooting each other either accidentally or on purpose, than shooting for self-defense, such as shooting an assailant. Moreover, possession of guns will only give them a tool to use for suicide, increasing these institutions' trend. In conclusion, possession of guns should not be allowed in colleges as it causes more risk than safety. While allowed in colleges as it causes more risk than safety, while most of the institutions allow possession of concealed guns to enact safety in these places. This law has threatened and caused more death than good. Colleges consist of different people with different complicating mental health, substance abuse, and contagious social climate. Therefore, allowing possession of guns can increase the chances of mass shootings and gun violence influenced by these factors. Possession of concealed guns not only threatens life, but also increases the cost of running these institutions. For these reasons, college institutions that permit concealed guns should ban this law to protect students and staff's lives.